last one. Are we for real? Take two. Tell me a story. I think it's okay. Tell me a story about a Scorpio. Got a good chunk. I'm gonna start here. A story about a Scorpio. We're starting with the Empress. All right. So that's her. This is our queen bitch here, the Empress. And she is going to represent for us the balanced feminine. So that's going to be a resting energy. Which obviously we see because of the symbolism of her being reclining on a fainting couch. She is prosperous. The Empress specifically is the balanced feminine in the material. So it's a resting, prosperous energy that receives wealth. This is a mother energy, or parent energy, honestly. It's just like a caregiver. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Is that everything for the Empress? Anything else? We've got all this plant life, so we're going to go with growth also. Yes, okay. That is all the messages for the Empress at this time. Cool. So we're starting off with a character who is a balanced feminine. This is our Scorpio that we're starting with. And then we have the Ace of Imps. There's our guy. You will forgive me if I use the reference book. I like to be methodical about my tarot card readings. So let's see, the Ace of Imps. I do believe the Imps are swords. Don't quote me on that. We're going to find out together. Oh, I lied. I lied. The Imps are fire. The wands. Yeah. Okay. So the Ace of Imps. New beginnings of projects, of course, because it's the Ace of Wands. We're talking about new passions, beginnings of projects, ideas. Mostly it's going to be less material and intellectual and more passionate, more emotional. Could be, yeah, we'll say the beginning of something emotional. Okay, so we have a person who is very relaxed, confident, prosperous, materially wealthy, possibly, or at least materially comfortable. You don't necessarily have to be wealthy, but you've reached a point where you're comfortable. Right. Cool. And in that comfortable space, a new beginning is arising. A beginning of something emotional, passionate, inspiring. Cool. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Now this is a card of true randomness. It's a card of luck, really. Yeah. Things changing. It could be a shift that's out of your control. Could be a moment in time where you feel out of control. Okay. We like to take notes. It helps us gain clarity and stay objective. Let's see. And then we have the Lovers. That's fun. Okay, all right. Let's see. The Lovers here. Now, contrary to popular belief, this isn't always and is actually rarely a romantic card. It's more a card of decision making, and making sure that you're making your decisions from your heart center. Now that's like woo-woo speak for like the place that feels most right. That's not to say like the place that eases your anxiety. It's more like the place that aligns with your highest goals, right? With the person you want to be, with how you want to appear in the world. It's a decision that reflects yourself, the core of who you are and how you are existing in the world, right? So this is a decision that reflects your core. I should say reflects your core desires. And motivations. Okay. And then we have the Two of Ghosts, which is going to be like the Two of Cups. But again, we're going to refer to our reference. Just to be 100% sure. Yeah, a new friendship or love. Harmony, balance, reciprocity. I wrote two faux ghosts. Interesting. New friendship. Well, that kind of aligns with the other cards. Let's see. Harmony. We can say new love because love comes in many, many forms. Okay. And then we have the Four of Ghosts. I should have kept that open. I have set myself up for failure. Oh, I turned back to the exact right page. How nice. We love it when that happens. Okay. So our last card is the Four of Ghosts. which would be the Four of Cups. And that's going to be weariness, apathy, oh, an inability to recognize kindness, or an inability to accept kindness. Who said that? Old emotional baggage feels unnecessary and wild to say, but we're gonna add it. It's just a story, right? Okay, so this is the story we have with the cards at hand. A caregiver who is confident and prosperous, probably very good at what they do, is at the beginning of a new something that is kind of outside of their control, or maybe good luck has bestowed upon them a new opportunity, something that they're very passionate about, very excited about. And at that same time, they're presented with a decision. So they need to make a decision that is going to reflect their core. So what will they choose? Will they choose the passion project? Or will they choose something else? There also is this new friendship. Are these two separate things? Are they conflicting in some way? It depends on how we go about it. Is this new passion the same as this new love? But then we have this weariness, this apathy, this inability. Oh, perhaps this is the decision. The decision perhaps is the Two of Ghosts and the Four of Ghosts, right? So we have to decide, right? Our character needs to decide between this harmony, this new love, and this old pattern of not being able to recognize and accept kindness from others. There is a decision that needs to be made. Do we choose what calls to our heart, that which reflects our innermost desires and motivations, or do we continue on with the old patterns that make us feel safe? Even those of us who are in our Empress era, can fall victim to these kinds of scenarios where we're like faced with maybe a familiar scenario, and we can make a decision that reflects who we want to be, or we can make a decision that reflects who we have been. No one can tell you what the right decision is, but that's there. It's there. I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Have a good night. Bye-bye.